Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Listen to the heartbeat.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America for a reason. With SUVs made to move with your rhythm. The versatile Equinox tackles your entire day. The spacious Traverse fits your crew and your whole weekend. And Trax brings style with value you can count on. All infused with tech that has your back, so your drive always hits the right chord. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com. For coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, happy Monday, episode 602 of Coach Unplugged. Hopefully everyone's staying healthy, staying indoors. That's what we need from all of you. Today we're just going to do a high school hoops kind of just flashback. It's one that's going to be going up in a week, but I wanted to get it out to you. It's about, coaching and skill development, all the things you need to be able to do online. I thought this was an important one for all of you to hear, just about how we connect and the things that we need to do moving forward in this new norm. So enjoy the podcast. Bye.
We are keeping everything relevant in terms of the world pandemic that's going on right now. So we're going to talk about some different topics here. We do this. This is real world. So Jake went to get some coffee. So before he gets back, I want to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine. Like I said last week or a couple weeks ago, you should go and buy that home one right now. I can't imagine. Buy an IC3, buy one of those. Mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $350 off your next purchase of a shooting machine, not the IC3. Which is one that just kind of hooks in the top. But you should still buy it and call them and tell them they might give you a little deal. They won't give you that because that's about how much it costs. And then also, this is the time to join teachhoops.com. I can't imagine a better time to join. Virtual learning is what the world is doing, and that's what Teach Hoops does. It teaches you hoops. I guess I could have called it Teach Basketball, but I think Teach Hoops sounded better. Anyway, I never told you the story that I wish I'd have kept all the names we came up with before we came up with Teach Hoops.
I love the name Teach
Hoops. It's a fun process trying to name something. Like, I think eventually my brother or my sister-in-law came up with Teach Hoops. But we were literally at the lake house in New Hampshire, and literally I was just like, we were writing things down. We must have come up with like 200 names, and then eventually it landed. It is a fun process. It can be frustrating if you kind of you got to free flow it. But anyway, so go over and check out teachhoops.com. All right, what's this week, Coach? I told him you went to get your coffee. Did you get your coffee?
I did. I'm starting to feel better already. And
all right, good. I'm drinking mine out of a goofy cup. So
I had a winter hat on before, and I had to go to a baseball cap. I won't be able to get a haircut for a couple weeks, so my hair's starting to get a little long. So
I know. I always get my haircut before tournament starts. Yep. So I should be good for a couple more weeks. The good thing about losing your hair is I don't have to. There's a lot of stuff out on Facebook right now, like women are going, "Oh, everyone's going to find out my real hair color soon."
oh well, you'll be okay.
It will be all right. Yes, there's bigger issues in the world.
Right, first off, remind me that we do have full timeouts set aside. We didn't do one last week, so just remind me to do that.
Are we going to do those?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
Okay, yeah. Well, last week was kind of 2 weeks ago was kind of a state of emergency. So
for
okay,
sure.
All right.
Again, I talked about on our last podcast our little fun special announcement that all of our topics in April are going to be totally relatable to what's currently happening in our situation with the coronavirus and the constant lockdown of not being able to do anything in regards with our players and our programs. So we developed topics that are going to be completely adaptive and connected to you, so you can continue to support your players and yourself and your staff as you move forward into next season, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right.
I mean, are you at all worried that the season's not going to happen
A little bit.
next year?
I do.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
I guess I'm trying to be, I'm a little pessimistic.
So let's do the math. Let's do the math here before we talk about the topic. Because I just want to talk about stuff that's relevant. So we're in April right now. So April, May, June, July, August, September. So that gives me 5 months till football season. September, October, November. It gives me 7 months till basketball season. That'll be close, won't it? I'm not convinced football's going to happen.
No. I don't know. I often think.
But the problem is, if we send them back to school, they're going to do sports.
Yeah, for sure. But my biggest concern is that how at some point they're going to start to allow things to happen because we're not going to be able, financially, people are got to be able to do things. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's not about, and again, I'm not a doctor, but it's not about 60 to 80% of us are eventually going to get this. It's more about being able to get the help you need when you do get it, if you turn to the point where you need a ventilator or go to the hospital. So I think what they're thinking is they're watching China to see if there's a second wave, right?
Which I think there will be, but I don't know if you're going to it will be interesting. I never thought about. I'm more worried about my son going off to school in September. Hopefully he gets to go. I'm not paying what I need to pay for him to go to school to do Khan Academy, though. I think colleges could be a school like that. I think could adjust and just slide their calendar back too, maybe.
Yeah, a smaller school with a different enrollment type might be able to push their calendar back. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. People are still thinking that we're going to have spring season for club soccer, and
there's no way you're having spring seasons for club soccer.
So I'm kind of just informing my coaches and working and pretending that it's going to happen, and hopefully it may be in some weird way, but working on maybe best practices and stuff like that to prepare for hopefully fall. But I'm not expecting anything to happen.
I'm
right
not
now.
either. I tend to be a pessimist more than an optimist sometimes with this, but
the last thing will really be open for most things will be schools and whatever things that are connected with them.
Yeah, I don't think I've already thought about, okay, so I got to get some more checks because I'm running low on checks for camp because I'm gonna have to write checks. I deposited a bunch of checks for camp. Camp's the second or third week in June. I don't think it's going to happen. So I gotta add that to my list.
I don't know how they're going to do it. Even with think about tryouts and all those things at the club level, AAU level, all those things. I just don't know how things are going to happen. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, this is just a relevant topip. Sorry to get a little off topic.
Yeah, we're a little off topic. Okay, go ahead.
We're really not off topic because everybody else is thinking.
And everyone's asking the same questions, I think, to themselves. Okay, so what's the topic this week?
All right, so how to conduct skill development virtually. Something that me and you have had, I've learned to do through Teach Hoops before when I was a high school coach, and things that I do right now as a director of academy of a soccer program and with my other basketball players in college and so forth. I have done things conducting skill development virtually. And so how as coaches can we service our players to do that?
Okay, so shameless plug. This is when you should go buy Dr. Dish, the outside one. If Drew was in 10th grade, I'd buy one tomorrow for my court. I'd buy one tomorrow. But I don't need to do it because he's going off to college. Yes. So here's what I think you need to do. We talked about, a couple of weeks ago about supporting and doing all that kind of stuff. So I think the kids are going to need to get back to their new reality. So you can read your kids at this point, but I think they want structure. I think they want to get back to that new norm, which is maybe not seeing their friends and not playing 5-on-5. So what I think you can do at this point is a lot of skill work and individual work. again, shameless plug. I'm going to work on a course on Teach Hoops for this. I'm going to call it COVID-19 course. That's what I'm going to call it. Then I'm going to put stuff in there. You know, I have workouts and stuff that I've done with my son. I think the key is two things: shots. So you got to. It's like a golfer. You know, if you haven't putted in 3 months, your putting's going to suck. You got to keep shooting. Game like shots, game like repetitions. You got to track it. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, I think ball handling is something they can do. There isn't a coach in the world, there isn't a high school coach in the world that doesn't want somebody that can shoot and dribble. And those, all you need for those is a hoop and a basketball and what to do. If you've got those, you're good to go. So I think those are the keys for skill workout. You know, obviously staying in shape and all that kind of stuff. If you're thinking of playing the spring season, that's easy. You can get out for a run. You can do your own. It's a little bit harder to push yourself to do that. But what I would do, and I tell students and I tell all my players this, that you got to track this. You got to keep it in a notebook. You know, I have an Excel sheet I give my guys. You got to do something to track shots, to keep track of shots, because, you know, it's getting warm enough now in the middle of April to get outside. You know, it doesn't matter where you live in the continental United States. And if you live somewhere else, then we got to talk. But you can start getting outside. It's not that cold. Most of you, if you don't have a ball, then find somebody that has one. It's not that hard to find a basketball or a rim.
Or you need to go get one now. I encourage your kids to get one now, because sooner or later, I don't know what the situation is going to be with stores and the warehouses and stuff. Like,
right.
I know there's tons of basketballs available, and you know, this is the time to go pick one up.
I think the supply chain is okay actually now. I think.
Sure. So I want to touch base on a couple things that you said we can continue. I think it's important to create a warehouse of info, so having a place where kids can find all of it in one spot.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, like a folder, like a Dropbox folder or something.
I would actually think with most kids in high school, they are familiar with using Google Classroom or Schoology. I would use Google Classroom just because you could actually, I've been bouncing and thinking of some ideas. You can create materials and topics of each skill development and put videos and so forth in there. The other thing that it's cool to track things, you can actually create assignments, and the kids can continually add their stats and their times right into their assignment. So they don't have to submit it, but it's an ongoing document that they can use. Okay. So for example, I'm sure that Steve will give you his shot tracker on teachhoops.com, be able to see how his kids are going to track shots, and you could totally create a Google assignment using that, and the kids could basically edit it themselves. Having a place for that is awesome. You could even have online discussions with your players on Google Classroom or Schoology, and having one warehouse is the key. I think if you use email, I think information gets lost. I think having a warehouse of communication, whether using Remind as well, maybe having two.
You know, my niece works for Remind. My niece, she's been in lockdown in San Francisco she went to Middlebury too, where Drew's going. But anyway, side note. But she said they are crazy busy right now. Like they're the number 5 app downloaded on the App Store or something, because it's a great way to communicate. It's the Remind app. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
I know that I think that Google is you can connect Google with Remind, so they work really well together. So like you can make documents, share documents, and you can connect Remind with it. I think those two components together and creating it would be great. Like Steve said, he's going to create a course. If he wants me to create something and teach people how to do a tutorial video, I'm open to doing that as well. How to use Google Classroom.
I would love that. I'd love that for me. Like, yeah, do that. I would love that. I'm ignoring all the listeners right now. I would like that for me, because I would love to use Google. I think you're right. The kids are probably more used to using Google Classroom.
So what I can do, and I don't know where we're going to warehouse it. Maybe it's a plug for Teach Hoops. I can design a course, how to use Google Classroom in this day and age to use skill development virtually. And we call we can call it the ball in the basket course, you know.
Oh, I like that.
The last thing that and I can start working on that this week.
Yeah,
People
that'd be
that are
great.
interested. Because I use Google Classroom all the time.
You do? I don't. It looks more simple than Schoology. Like,
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. I would definitely move everything to Google because
yeah, but I mean, why?
why?
You know why I like Schoology? It looks like Dropbox.
Oh, see, I don't know any of that stuff. I'm just a Google person because all our kids have Chromebooks. You know, you literally can save everything online. It doesn't overzealous your hard drive on your computer. So it's all based on, you know, warehousing everything, kind of like you said, Dropbox,
Right.
but in a different form. And the
Yeah.
kids are so familiar with it.
Yeah.
So I'm totally kind of excited to do that. So this is what happens, conversations, especially when they're relevant.
They are. Okay.
The last thing I talked about here is mastering staying in shape. You know, I think it's important to provide other things besides shooting and ball handling, like adding workouts like push-ups and different sit-ups and abs and stuff, getting them to do those type of things, resistant band training. Right now they can go to a local store and get a resistant band for very, very cheap, to tone their muscles and so forth, to keep them active as well. Because they're not going to be able to get in the weight room, and they're not going to be able to get those type of weight room activities in their house unless they have them already, you know, a full body workout stuff, you know,
Right.
providing opportunities is, I think, huge for kids as well.
No, I agree. I think all that is yeah. I mean, and the thing is, I think they're getting to the point now, this time in April, that they want stuff.
They do. And I think a Google Classroom is a very easy way to connect with your players if you have them on email and they all have the same. I think that if they all have the same school account and so forth, and you're connected to the district and you have a school email, it's really easy to do. I used it with my kids at the high school program and at the collegiate level. It's just really a nice little thing to use.
Awesome. Anything else, Coach? Oh, we got a full timeout. Go ahead.
Right. Hold on 1 second. So first off, I want to talk about, I found this really good link, and then we can send it and put it on the show notes. It's called the 20 questions you should ask yourself as a coach through USA Basketball.
Okay.
And I'm trying to modify them to be discussion questions for us.
Okay.
But I'm going to just choose one from them today. The question is, do you treat every player the same?
No.
Why or why? And why?
Because they're not all the same. I don't treat all my students the same either. I treat them fair, but I don't treat them the same.
Fair and equitable.
Equitable, equitable. But I don't treat them this. I mean, no. I mean,
those are like, you often use the word the dinosaur coach. The coach that's the dinosaur coach is the one that treats every player the same, and they are not coaching anymore. It's just not how it works.
No, it's like, and what pushes player A's buttons and what pushes players D's buttons are totally different. And player A maybe put in 120 hours in the last 2 weeks, and the other player put in 2 hours. I'm going to treat them fairly. I'm going to treat them but this one's earned stuff. This one hasn't earned anything, you know? So no, one guy.
I look at the standpoint of, you look at your top coaches at the collegiate level, right?
Right.
They are coaches that do not treat every player the same. They do treat their players. They treat their players equitable and fair. I'll just use Coach K, for example. He has not had the same type of player everywhere, every time in his program. But however, they still seem to assimilate and follow the Duke basketball path. And that's
right. Did you watch a couple weeks ago during March Madness? They put the Kentucky Duke game on TV. The 92 game. 92 game.
Oh, I've watched it multiple times.
Oh my God, I forgot how good a game it was. It was like make basket. It was like
fantastic.
Oh, the only issue I had with the whole thing was it wasn't in high def.
Oh, that's when you know you have too much time on your hand if you're complaining about high definition.
Well, but I mean, it was grainy. It was literally, it was grainy. It's 20, you know, look how old it is.
Yeah, it's bad. I would love it. Maybe we can help. Maybe we can suggest that to them, because it'd be nice to have those great games. But the other thing is just like, you don't treat Grant Hill completely different. You treat Grant Hill or a kid like Grant Hill and Shane Battier, who are very similar in demeanor and player-wise, is
Right.
completely different than the Elton Brand of the world or a Jabbar. Every player that they've had is completely different. They're not all the same. You know, they have certain qualities, but as a program, you've got to treat every player a little bit differently.
Every player differently. All right. Till next week, Coach. Stay healthy. All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that podcast as much as I did. If you did, go over and leave a 5-star review. If you didn't like it, don't do anything. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Become a better coach. Take yourself outside of that comfort zone. Join our community. Let myself and our entire community help you through this great journey. Doesn't matter if it's parents, doesn't matter if it's the kid not playing hard, it doesn't matter if you don't know how to break the 1-3-1 zone. We will help you. So go over and check it out. Have a great day.
Booking.com is the easiest way. From a day surrounded by noise to a stay surrounded by nature. That's nice. Go on, book it. It's easy. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.